maps on the DJI Fly app using the RM300 controller. Don't make this big mistake. Let's do this. Hello, welcome once again to the channel on this very wet week in the UK, which makes a difference from all the nice sunshine we've been having. However, the ground needs it. So on with the video. Today's video is all about the maps on the DJI RC. What to do, what not to do if you're out using them. That's if you like to use the maps as I do. And one important feature, which I'll feature a little later on in the video, that is an absolute must. So let's get straight into it. So the DJI Fly app does include maps, as you can see on the new remote. However, a few weeks ago I was up at a place called Stanage Edge, which is in the middle of nowhere in the Peak District, and prior to going I thought, well, I'll just double check on the map to see what's in the surrounding areas, and sure enough there was absolutely nothing in the middle of nowhere. So I thought, well, this might be an occasion where I'm going to cache the maps just in case I don't get a signal on my phone. And that's exactly what we did. So let's have a look exactly what we're talking about. So here we go then, looking into the controller. First of all, we're just going to show you that the Wi-Fi is connected. So if I disconnect the Wi-Fi straight away, just to show you exactly what I'm talking about, go into connection guide, DJI Mini 3, and it will do really. And go into camera view. Obviously you don't need the drone on to do this. As you can see, it's not connected. So if we click on the maps, and then as you can see, you get a world map come up. And if it's already cached like mine is at home, you'll notice that your map will suddenly appear. Okay, so just for argument's sake, I'm just going to zoom into Liverpool. Let's just say Liverpool. I'll say I'm going to go out there and do some flying. Now it will give you the capitals or the cities or the town names without being on Wi-Fi, but once we switch on to Wi-Fi, there we go, and then once the Wi-Fi is connected, as you can see, we get all the street names and everything in that area. If you zoom right in, all your street names and everything come up. So this is how you would cache the map in advance. There we go, let's get back down to Liverpool. Just have a quick zoom in. Let's just say I was going to plan a flight over here. So once that's now zoomed in and zoomed out for that particular area, that will now be cached in the RC itself. So one thing to remember about the app, as I said earlier in the video, there's one feature which is quite important that doesn't work unless you've got your maps installed, and that's Find My Drone. All it will do, it will give you the last location. So if you look into that now, go into Find My Drone, it's now going to bring up my last flight. As you can see just there, the controller, I'll move him around just to show you. The controller is the blue dot with the triangle, and obviously the red icon is the drone itself. So I did a flight the other night over a small fun fair, which you can see just here. So that is recording my last known location of the drone. However, if you're flying out in the field and you don't have your maps loaded and you go to use Find My Drone, you'll find that if your maps aren't cached properly, then that feature isn't going to work. I did do a video on this last year sometime, showing you when I was using the iPad. You can see that video up there if you're interested in having a look. And so in my opinion, it's always good to fly with the maps already cached, unless you're going to use a hotspot, of course. Using a hotspot, you don't have to worry about any of this. But like I mentioned earlier in the video, when I was up at Stanage Edge, there was no data signal. I got nothing on my phone at all, so luckily I'd cached the maps and I knew exactly where I was. So just recapping, if I go into the controller again and turn off the Wi-Fi, as you can see here, and zoom back out, and zoom into another area. Let's go up to the northeast to Newcastle, and as you can see, without the Wi-Fi you only get the bare minimum. Okay, just flick the Wi-Fi back on. Once that's loaded, as you can see now, when you zoom in you get all the information that you might require, and this is what this is doing now, is it caching this area into the app. So another way that you can use Find My Drone is in the app itself. Hit the three dots, and under the safety you will find My Drone just there. Click on that, and then, like it did before, it shows you my last known flight and the location of the drone. So there we go. Hope you find this video useful. Like I say, you don't need the maps to fly. The drone and the controller will find its own GPS signal, so you don't need the maps even to take off. It should update the home point as long as you've got enough satellites above 10, around the 12-14 mark. That home point will be updated. Just listen for the audio signal. And also, if you want to use your terrain map to actually see what's in the way, to see if there's any rivers you've got to cross, then you need to cache them in advance, as I did earlier in the video, as you saw. So if you're new around here and you like the content on the Mini 3 or any drone or anything that takes your fancy, then why don't you consider subscribing, dinging the dong and all the rest of it that goes with it. And if you find it useful, give us a thumbs up, and we will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.